Ezekiel Marsh stood at the altar beside the heaviest woman he had ever seen, fully aware that he had just traded his pride for a single cow. But when the woman locked the bedroom door that night, he realized he had no idea what kind of bargain he had truly made. The drought had been merciless. 3 long months without a drop of rain had turned his land into dust and his cattle into bones. His ranch, once home to 100 strong heads, was now nothing but cracked earth and empty fences. The bank notice in his pocket reminded him that in 30 days, everything his father had built would be gone. That's when Cornelius Slade made his offer. "Marry my daughter Adelaide, and I'll give you the finest breeding cow in the territory," Slade had said with a grin of gold teeth. "She's not much to look at, but she's got a good heart, and you need cattle more than pride." Desperation left Ezekiel with no choice but to agree. The wedding was small and somber. Adelaide wore a plain brown dress that strained at the seams, her voice firm when she said, "I do." Yet her eyes, sharp and unflinching, held something he couldn't quite name. That night, as the wind howled across the dry plains, she locked the door behind them. "What are you doing?" Ezekiel asked, uneasy. The timid bride from the church was gone. "My name isn't Adelaide," she said coldly, "and I'm not Cornelius Slade's daughter." She opened her carpet bag and pulled out a roll of papers. "My real name is Catherine Walsh. Adelaide Quinn died of fever 2 years ago. Slade needed someone desperate to take her place." Ezekiel stared at her, stunned. "Why?" "Because Slade murdered my father," she said, her voice trembling with rage. "He stole our family's water rights and forged the records to make it look legal. I have the proof, witnesses, documents, everything I need to destroy him." Ezekiel's heart pounded. So this marriage was all a lie? Not a lie, justice. From her bag, she pulled out a small glass vial filled with clear liquid. Tonight, he's celebrating, thinking his troublesome daughter is finally married off. I'll be there, and I'll end him. Ezekiel stepped back. "You're talking about murder." She smiled faintly. "I'm talking about justice." But Ezekiel knew his secrets of his own. He'd been tracking Slade for months, ever since the man stole his land, his cattle, and nearly his life. "Catherine," he said quietly, "that vial won't work." "What do you mean?" "It's not poison, just colored water. The man you bought it from works for me." Catherine's expression faltered. "You've been watching me?" "You're not the only one Slade destroyed," Ezekiel said. "But I want him to fall legally, slowly, the way he made us fall." Before she could respond, the thunder of hooves echoed outside. Slade's men were coming, 6 riders, armed and shouting, their torches lighting up the night. And with them rode the marshal himself, the man Ezekiel had trusted. Slade's voice boomed across the yard. "Come out, Marsh, hand over Catherine Walsh, and maybe you'll live to see the sunrise." Ezekiel stepped onto the porch, rifle in hand. "Evening, Cornelius. Congratulations on the wedding. Your daughter's quite something." Slade sneered. "That fat cow isn't my daughter, and you know it. Where's Catherine?" The marshal spurred his horse forward. "We know she killed the real Adelaide Quinn and planned to murder Mr. Slade. You've been helping her." Ezekiel realized the truth. The marshal wasn't coming to arrest Slade. He was working for him. "You really thought you could outsmart me?" Slade laughed. Ezekiel leveled his rifle. "You made one mistake, Cornelius." "And what's that?" "You assumed I'd fight fair." He fired. The bullet shattered the torch in Slade's hand. Flames burst, oil splattered, and the yard plunged into chaos. Then came more horses, fast, disciplined, federal. The real territorial marshal, Ezekiel whispered. "Drop your weapons," Marshal Hayes shouted as his deputies surrounded the yard. "This is a federal operation." The corrupt marshal tried to flee, but Catherine stepped out of the cabin holding a lantern and a stack of papers. "I have evidence of murder, theft, and corruption against Cornelius Slade and Marshal Warren." Slade's men froze. Warren reached for his gun, but Ezekiel's bullet struck his hand, sending it flying. Catherine walked to Ezekiel's side. "The marriage was real," she said softly. "But Adelaide Quinn, she was my sister. She found out about Slade's crimes, and he poisoned her. Tonight was justice for her." Marshal Hayes shackled Slade's wrists. "Cornelius Slade, you're under arrest for murder, fraud, and conspiracy." As the federal deputies led the prisoners away, the first light of dawn crept across the horizon. The drought wasn't over, and the ranch was still dying, but Slade's reign had ended. Ezekiel turned to Catherine. "What happens now?" She smiled for the first time. "Now we rebuild, together, just like Adelaide wanted." And as the morning sun rose over the parched land, two broken souls stood among ashes, ready to begin again.